UFC legend Dustin Poirier had a nearly perfect ending to his MMA career earlier this year at UFC 318, but he's already teasing a potential return to fighting. UFC superstar Dustin Poirier got the rare opportunity to headline a pay-per-view in his home state for his final appearance in the Octagon at UFC 318. While Poirier lost unanimously to Max Holloway, Poirier left the cage with his head held high as he transitioned to the next chapter of his life. Poirier's retirement came after recent victories over Benoit Saint-Denis, Conor McGregor, and others that pointed to him potentially having a successful career well into his late 30s. But Poirier opted to walk away under the bright spotlight, as few legends of his caliber have in UFC history. Poirier fought the who's who in the UFC lightweight and featherweight divisions during his run to stardom. Despite his slew of accomplishments in and out of the Octagon, Poirier believes one specific fight got away during his career, and he's open to making it come to fruition. In a recent post to X, Poirier declared that an offered boxing match with Nate Diaz would force him to put the gloves back on. Zuffa boxing, 12 rounds me and Nathaniel, I'd do it, Poirier said. Only one more fight I'd take. Poirier and Diaz were supposed to square off at UFC 230 before Poirier withdrew from the bout due to a hip injury. The fight wasn't rescheduled following UFC 230, and both Poirier and Diaz accused the other of ducking a potential Octagon clash. Diaz parted ways with the UFC following a win over Tony Ferguson at UFC 279. He's since boxed against Jake Paul and former BMF foe Jorge Masvidal, losing in his boxing debut to Paul before picking up his first win over Masvidal. Diaz has repeatedly teased a potential return to the UFC Octagon in recent months for fights with the likes of McGregor, Leon Edwards, and Ilia Topuria. But as of this writing, it's uncertain if the UFC has a mutual interest in bringing back the Stockton standout.